Well, it's been 2 weeks since my last video, and you know what that means. There's a new death battle, and I've been procrastinating on video making. Scarlet vs. Zatanna dropped in. Well, to be frankly honest, I wasn't that excited for it, but I was still looking forward to the episode, because I thought the fight could be really cool, and I was interested in learning more about the characters. And, well, let's see if the episode was good. Starting off with the analysis, it exists. It's not the most terribly interesting analysis. With characters like these, with such absurd hacks, it is fun to listen to, like, for the first time, like, hearing all the crazy shit that they can do. But then, after the first time, it's kind of just a checklist of abilities, and they don't really go into their stories that much. Scarlet Witch's was meh, and then Zatanna's was better, because she's just a more interesting character, but it was still just kind of eh. I don't dislike the analysis, it's just, I don't really actively want to rewatch them, really. So, yeah, they're fine. They serve their purpose, it's just meh. However, the analysis was not what I was looking forward to at this episode at all, not even close. I was here for the fight. Now, with these characters' abilities, I was expecting some good shit. And we got some pretty good shit. The animation quality is really good. I love the effects. They mostly look really good. Zatanna's attacks are all super dynamic and awesome looking, and Wanda's attacks are accurate to her source material and that they're boring as fuck. But even then, they make her effects look good. Like, her explosion at the end looks fucking awesome. And yeah, there's not that much to say on the effects. It's just sprites with a lot of effects, but it looks nice. And then we have the choreography, and it's amazing. They use these characters' universe bending and reality warping hacks so well and in such interesting ways. Granted, they definitely could have done more, but it's fucking Zatanna and Scarlet Witch. There's obviously more stuff they could have done, but what we got was still great. Them summoning different heroes to fight was awesome, and Superman just decking Wanda is hilarious as shit. The cool size exchange was cool, and it had a Megamind reference. That was awesome. Then Zatanna just breaks fucking reality, because why not? And then juggling entire universes. Wanda destroys multiple universes, and it's just cool. They want to remove sound and shit. It's fucking cool. But also, there's not that much. Like, the fight feels weirdly short, and that's really my only big issue with the fight, is that it's pretty short. Like, it feels like it goes by very fast. But the stuff that happens in that short time is still really cool. So the choreography, it gets a thumbs up. And next up, we have the characters, aka I talk about Zatanna for a minute and not give a fuck about Scarlet Witch. Because, yeah, Zatanna is the only one here I care about. He's due to her being a lot more interesting, a lot more enjoyable, and just better in every single aspect. No, I don't have issues, and no, I do not simp for this character. That is a completely dubious statement. But yeah, did not care about Wanda, but I liked Zatanna enough, so I was rooting for her, so you can imagine my surprise that when she won, I was hyped as fuck. Like, really hyped. And her celebrating after that win is genuinely one of my favorite parts in the entire fight. Actually, probably is my favorite part of the entire fight. And one of my favorite hand-drawn segments of any death battle. Like, I have no explanation. I just love it. And yeah, Zatanna's just awesome in the fight. She has a ton of personality. She does a fucking Megamind reference. Like, what's not to love? She carries the fight. She's the better character. Go fuck yourself, Wanda. For our final spot, we have sound. So, don't have as much to say in this as I did in Jinx vs. Harley, but I still have a bit to say. So, starting off with, obviously, the track Spellaholic Synonymous. I think that's what it's called. First off, one, shame on you for not making the track name backwards. Come on, that's such missed potential. And two, it's pretty good. It's not something I'd listen to on my own, but it fits the fight really well, and the second half of it goes really well when they enter, like, the universe place. And then, the second thing I want to mention is that the voice acting is really good. Wanda's voice acting is honestly kind of bad at the start, but her screams at the end are really good, and then Zatanna's just good all around, because her voice actors is really good, and fits the character really well. That's all I have to say. I don't have much to say on sound. And then we have the post-analysis, which, from what I've heard, Scarlet Witch should have won, but at the same time, I don't care. I'd rather have Zatanna W, so I could give two shits about accuracy. But the reasoning I do care for, and Death Battle gave a pretty decent reasoning for it. They argued that stats, speed, hacks, all of that mumbo-jumbo is roughly even, so it just comes down to who has the more exploitable weakness, in which case Wanda, being a literal insane person, bit her in the ass. So, yeah, it's a decent enough argument, especially considering that Wanda's insanity has been exploited before. So, it works. I don't really care if it's accurate or not. I'm just happy for a Zatanna win. So, yeah, that's Scarlet Witch vs. Zatanna. Overall, I really liked it. It was a pretty cool episode, and it introduced me to a new character that I honestly really like now. Not Wanda, spoilers. But yeah, what did I think, overall? It's pretty good. I'd give it a solid 8, and from that you can see that I would not put it above Harley vs. Jinx. Jinx vs. Harley, I just found more fun, and I think the analysis was better, and I think the fight was better. I think Jinx vs. Harley kind of just did everything a little bit better, so I prefer it, but there's nothing against this episode. I still really like this episode, and it was really good. And as for the next time, I'm really fucking hyped for Jonathan vs. Tanjiro. It looks amazing. They leaked a image of it on the post, and it looks fucking awesome. I'm really excited for that one, and I cannot wait to see them tackle Demon Slayer in this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.